Hey guys, good morning. It is February 19th, and the scripture passage is from Isaiah 60. It's Isaiah 60 is basically the redemption of Jerusalem, and it just talks about how God will restore Jerusalem. Um, Isaiah is a prophetic book about God's judgment, God judging Israel, but it Isaiah 60 looks forward to the eternal city that God will plant in the New Jerusalem. So when he says "arise, shine," the rest of this study doesn't really deal directly with Isaiah 60. So he deals with drudgery. Drudgery. I don't know if it's a common word we use, but he puts it here in the second paragraph when he kind of defines it. Drudgery is work that is very far removed from anything to do with the ideal, the utterly mean, grubby things. And when we come in contact with them, we know instantly whether or not we are spiritually real. Um, Drudgery, here's what I would say: most of the times, drudgery are the things that are unappreciated. It is cleaning something that no one will notice, or dealing with a situation um, or a person that will get you no accolades and no applause, and so those are the things that sometimes we despise, sometimes we um, veer away from because they don't have any um, built-in satisfaction. Um, and so I think Chambers here is he's saying that some of those things, those are the things that when we and it's interesting the way he opens up here. He talks about we have to take the first step as if there were no God, and and that's an interesting one. I think what he's saying is that we need to many times um, show the will, or maybe even show the determination to lay down our own will to do the things that we know God would have us do, but we don't want to do. I've said to my kids one time, I said, because I try to do a workout every morning when I get into the shop, just a small one, but something to start my day. And I've said to them, sometimes deciding to do something is a greater accomplishment than doing something great. Just getting past the point of doing nothing to doing something. That first step that he's talking about here of just saying, okay, God, I'm going to do something that I don't want to do, and then I'm going to hand it, and then that's where here's the encouragement that Chambers says, and it's the truth. God steps in. After we make the decision, lay down our own will. God steps in, and he talks about Jesus washing the disciples' feet as an example of the kind of the grubby, mean, dirty things that Jesus showed us how to do. And he says it requires the inspiration of God to go through drudgery with the light of God upon it. Um, and then he finishes it here. When the Lord does a thing through us, he always transfigures it. And so the encouragement there is when we find ourselves in a position where we know God would have us do something dirty, um, unappreciated. The unappreciated thing, parenting teaches you that, all the things that you do as a parent, and you realize you will never receive any kind of appreciation for it, or a recognition. There you go. But one thing the one thing I want to caution you guys against, and there's two things. When you find yourself doing something that seems like drudgery, first of all, don't feel the need to share it with somebody else. That, oh well, I did this. A lot of times we feel like we want, and we have this dopamine addicted brain that wants the like or the follow or whatever, and so we comment, or we bring to somebody's attention the thing that we did, and so I would caution you against doing that. It steals the blessing sometimes. And the second thing I would say is kill complaining in your life. Complaining will kill the work of God in your heart. It is absolutely the poison to God's blessing is complaining. And if you don't believe me, then read through Exodus, where the Israelites found themselves complaining, and God decided He wanted to wipe them out from time and again. So, anyway, take that with you today. Hopefully, that's some encouragement. Have a good one.